Hello everyone. Welcome to day 4. Oh my goodness, day 4 of Confidence Activation Week. And this is a week where I've been giving you guys some mini trainings. There's been 3 so far. Today is numero 4. And it's been all about how to activate your confidence, how to be a more confident self. And this is all really stemmed from the opportunity I got after I received so many amazing responses after I did the Rock Your Life online video interview series. And if you were there and saw that, I love you. Thank you for being a part of it. So after I did that, I had the opportunity to survey the hundreds of women who came to watch. And overwhelmingly, many of them expressed their desire to really become a more confident version of who they are. So I saw that, and I was so inspired to create this week, this series, and then we culminate on a very special, epic confidence masterclass that I'm hosting on Saturday. So number 1, I want you to be very present to that because it's happening on Saturday, and I want you to head over to my website, which is Maria Alejandra, MariaAleandra.com. Of course, I'll put the link here, /Confidence Week, WEEK. So Confidence Week. And there you'll be able to do 2 things. You can watch the recap of the prior videos in case you've missed the first 3 that we've had. And you can also sign up to reserve your spot. The masterclass is free. It's going to be really exciting, and I'm looking forward to seeing you there live. There's an energy that we get to create live in those types of experiences that is unlike anything that you can experience on a replay. So if you can make it a point to carve time in your day to watch it live, I really, really encourage you to do so. Okay, so today I want to talk to you guys about the link between confidence and commitment. And this is particularly commitment to yourself. So in your quest to really activate and amp up your sense of confidence, and confidence really is the foundation for creation and possibility. Because when we perceive a lack of confidence within ourselves, which is basically just our confidence being kind of, filtered by other things that are going on, other ideas, other stories, other patterns and beliefs that we have going on, our confidence suffers, right? We talked about that in day 2, like sneaky things and behaviors that cause our confidence to suffer. And then what happens is that we have the perception that we don't quite have, enough of whatever it is that we need to move into the next step. And the beauty of being in a place where you really want to amp up your confidence is that confidence, it's not this magical thing that's going to drop from the sky. And it's not this thing that somebody else is going to give you. And nobody can take it away. Confidence is already within you. And the way to activate it, the way to wake it up, is actually through committed action to yourself and for yourself. So I talk a lot about this because, momentum really is at the root of making amazing things happen in your life. And hi to everybody who's joined us. I love you guys. And hi to Ruby here on Facebook. So momentum is really what drives your confidence. And the way to get that momentum going is through commitment. You really have to commit to yourself. And what does commitment to yourself mean? At the root of confidence, there's trust. So in order to become and feel confident, feel capable, feel like the next step is just, right there at our grasp, at the root, there's trust. And it's really about trusting ourselves. And the way we build that trust is by taking action. And by taking measured action that we can begin to see some results from. So we literally begin to prove to ourselves that we can make stuff happen. Now, what happens is that life is happening. What happens is life is happening. Right? It's the day-to-day, it's you wake up, you do your thing, you go to work, you take care of the kids, you come home, you go to sleep, you do it all again the next day. So we are in action throughout the day, right? Because we're getting things done. We're going to work, we're paying the bills, we're calling our friends, we're having, wine with our partners, we're going on a You know, we're walking the dog, we're whatever it is that we're doing, we're in this constant flow of action. There's a difference between action and inspired action. You know, there's sort of the default things that we do in life, and then there's those special moments of really committed, mindful action that take you into your next realm of possibility and build your confidence. And that's what I want to inspire you guys to really begin to sink into as we go on this confidence journey. So we talked, day one, we talked about defining confidence and how it's related to trust. Day two, we explored the sneaky behaviors that will keep your confidence, that will keep you stuck and therefore give you the illusion that you're not confident. Yesterday, we talked about how confidence thrives in community and how if you've been operating as a lone wolf, then expanding to really embracing and surrounding yourself with a wolf pack of like-minded people that can help you and support you is critical and has made a huge impact and difference in my own personal life. And today, I really want to make that link between confidence and commitment. You can't just sit there and dream about being more confident. You can't just sit there and think, oh man, if only I was more confident, I could do X, Y, and Z. Because again, confidence isn't going to magically drop from the sky and embed into your system, and then one day you're like, oh, all of a sudden I feel confident, let me go do this. We first have to take that mental leap of faith into actually getting in momentum, because that's the fuel that really begins to drive our sense of confidence. And the more we step into consistent commitment and inspired action for ourselves, the more we get that going. So what does that look like? That looks like keeping your commitments to yourself. It's as simple as that. That looks like, you know, if you decided that you're going to wake up at a certain time every day, that you get to do that. That looks like if you said you were going to call a friend, you call that friend. If you committed to doing something, you do that. And if you have to rearrange for whatever reason, you really honor the integrity of that commitment with that person and step into a place of renegotiating what that looks like. You don't take anything for granted. That means that you honor your word with, you know, if you say you're going to be at a certain place at a certain time, you do that. A lot of times we take all this stuff for granted. We may not call a friend we said we were going to call at a certain time, and it's like, oh, he or she will forgive me. But it's your own word that you're breaking, and it's your own sense of trust that is getting eroded. And it's very subtle, but it magnifies over time. So the more you sort of take for granted those things, the less confident you're going to be over time. So what I'm inviting you here to do today is two things. Is to first become very aware of where you might be breaking your word to yourself. So it's like, you know, are you hitting the snooze button one too many times this morning? Are you not calling someone when you said you were going to call? Not showing up when you said you were going to show up, and then not really honoring if you for any reason do have to adjust that, not honoring the integrity of that commitment, the importance of that commitment. You know, it's all the little ways that we may be keeping ourselves from fully expressing the importance of the impact that we make in the world. So when you diminish that impact, when you say, oh, my friend will understand, or it really doesn't matter if I actually don't show up on time, or oh, what's an extra 10 minutes? Basically, what you're telling yourself subconsciously is that you are not making as much of an impact in the world as what you really are. And that's in the most beautiful, powerful, amazing sense. So that's one thing I want us to become really aware of. And then the other one is, so keeping your own commitments, right? And the other one is that piece of taking inspired action. So it's carving that time to create that space for what you want to do. Attending the masterclass on Saturday is a perfect example of that. Is how do you get to carve out time in your day to actually be live and present in something that will nourish you and that will actually amplify and multiply not only your sense of belief in yourself, but your energy and your momentum. I guarantee you that if you spend that time with us on Saturday, the rest of your day will feel so much better, and you'll carry that into Sunday and into your week, because A, you've made an intention to carve out time for yourself and you've actually followed through with it. B, you've become surrounded with the wolf pack of like-minded people who are going to be on that call, who are all on the same quest as you are. And there's a lot of power in that. And you will learn and absorb things that might seem new, or they might just be, you know, just reminding you of something, but they'll trigger something in you. And whether it's a shift that you feel at that moment during the call, which is very, very possible, and that's my intention, is to support you in activating your confidence and shifting your mindset. That's my commitment to you. Or it's something that happens afterwards. It could happen during the call, or it could be like a little aha moment that sort of percolates in the next couple of days. And then what happens is you begin to make decisions from a place of vision rather than a place of circumstance, because you trust yourself more. You feel like you can actually jump into the next step with more conviction. You lose this sense of, oh, someday, ... because you realize that there's no better time than actually right now, and that it's in your hands to make whatever shifts you desire to make in your life. There is no external circumstance that can limit you from what you really want to create. Listen to that. Listen to that and let that sink in. There is no external circumstance that can limit what you want to create. What we get to do is set an intention for what we want. And then we figure out the mechanisms to make it happen. And that's a beautiful process that helps you become more expansive to what you can do. And again, I know this may sound like all big and like grand, and it starts with little things and big things, small swings and then bigger swings that build on each other. So what does that commitment to yourself look like for you today, for example? You know, what is that call you've been meaning to make, that email you've been meaning to send, that time for yourself you've been meaning to take? What does that look like? What does it look like for you to take time for yourself to actually nurture the next steps you want to take? And again, it's like everything could be going great right now in your life. It's not about, oh, fixing something. You could be in a space right now where you really need support to just like get yourself in motion. Great. Attend the masterclass on Saturday for sure. And you could be in a place right now where you're going, life is actually pretty good. Awesome. That means you have fertile ground to actually build even more. And it's not from a place of hustle or needing to do more. It's from a place of being more. And there's never any limit to how much more authentic we can be, to express ourselves authentically, to really be on fire every day, to have that fire within us really come out and express and impact our lives, our families, our communities, and the world in such a beautiful way. That fire needs to be nurtured. So you get to create opportunities for that to happen. And that starts with your commitment, honoring your word, and taking inspired action towards what's next. So, what are you hearing me say? I want you to take a moment to really let this sink in. What are you hearing me say? Does the word commitment trigger you? Does it bring up fear? Does it make you think, oh my God, I need to do more? Oh, I know for those of us who are very driven, ambitious, high expectations type of people, who have perfectionism tendencies, when we hear more commitment, we get freaked out because it's like, wait, I need to do more. And we have this like little gremlin that says we're not doing enough. And part of building your confidence and your trust is knowing that you are enough already in every single circumstance. Really beginning to believe and trust in your own inner power and drive. Trusting that you are doing enough. That there's nothing else for you to check off. That it's just a matter of stepping into more expansive possibilities for yourself. So if you're hearing commitment and committed action and going like, then awesome. Lean into that. Explore that. If that's something that's causing you to go like, oh, I don't know. No, I don't want anything more to do in my life. Then absolutely I'm inviting you to look at that. Because where I sit right now and the amount of the amount of things that I can create right now in my life, it's like before I used to think, yes, I was doing a lot, and it was overwhelming. And ever since I've been shifting over the past few years, and the place I find myself right now is a completely different story, because I can actually achieve more with so much more grace and ease. And that is a direct correlation of the of how I have nurtured my own sense of trust and believing in myself, and how I've made it I've decided to step into what it means for me to really look at the patterns and the stories that were holding me back and shift them. And instead of operating from a place of self-doubt, I operate from a place of self-mastery and self-development, knowing that it's a constant evolution of who I am and who I get to be. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So here's my invitation for you, is to really think about this sense of commitment. Does it get you fired up? Awesome. Does it trigger you and make you like want to turn this off and run away? Lean into that more. Lean in. Explore it further. I will be back tomorrow for another live as we wrap up Confidence Week, Monday through Friday, the live videos. And then on Saturday, Confidence Masterclass. It is going to be awesome. I promise you. I'm super, super excited about it. I'm putting a lot of love into it. And it's going to be a really cool experience. So if you're at all curious about what it means to live a more confident life and what it means to really get your inner fire going, then I invite you to check it out. If you go to my website, I'll leave the link here, but it's mariaalejandra.com/confidenceweek, W-E-E-K. And again, you can watch the recap of the videos that I've done throughout the week, and then you can reserve your spot for the free class. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you. I look forward to seeing the comments on the videos, and let's keep rocking it with more and more confidence and more fire each and every day. I love you guys. Mwah! Bye.